Nyokayemabhunu is one of the activists who was supporting retired. In fact, we can say is still supporting retired General Chiwenga, being one of the individuals who was in ZANU PF. He was arrested in South Africa, and we understand that the court of South Africa granted permission for him to be extradited to Zimbabwe, knowing that this was a political prisoner, and the pictures of Nyokayemabhunu heavily tortured by state security agents in unknown location have already surfaced on social media by the Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa regime. We'll be interacting with this. What is the purpose of extraditing Nyokayemabhunu, as well as also torturing him? Will they kill him? What is it that is at play? We will be looking at all these issues as Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa clamps down on all the supporters of retired General Chiwenga and those who are anti-2030 term extension, even though he seems to have actually gotten away with this. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. I'm seeing very disturbing pictures of Nyokayemabhunu. His name is Wellington Musiwa, also popularly known in the streets as Nyokayemabhunu. The man is seen in the pictures masked, not only that, handcuffed, and also they seem to have bandaged his head, which means he was heavily tortured, heavily actually beaten, specifically on the head, and he is seen wearing a red jersey, as well as also a blue jean. In some of the pictures, he is facing down whilst handcuffed, and his head bandaged. In one of the pictures, they have taken him actually sitting down. It's quite pathetic to watch. It's a disturbing picture indeed of Nyokayemabhunu. Apparently, he is being tortured at unknown location by the secret agencies of Zimbabwe, the notorious Central Intelligence Organization. Why is Nyokayemabhunu being treated in such a manner? What is the game plan of Emerson Mnangagwa? There is a school of thought that Emerson Mnangagwa wants to torture Nyokayemabhunu and force him to make confessions that would then be utilized to actually arrest or condemn retired General Chiwenga. They want him to implicate Chiwenga and say he was doing whatever he was doing because he was sent by retired General Chiwenga to do so. And this will strengthen the case of Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa to get rid of a retired General Chiwenga. It's quite disturbing, these pictures that we are seeing on social media of Nyokayemabhunu heavily, tortured by the state security agents at unknown location. The pictures have been revealed by a reliable source, by the way. I know there are many doubting Thomases in Zimbabwe. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa is a very highly ruthless leader. He was heavily involved in the Kukuraunde genocide. Everything bad that Robert Gabriel Mugabe did, the arrest of Lookout Masuku and Dumiso Dabengwa, Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa was at the center of that. The killing of Lookout Masuku Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa played a pivotal role. The killings and disappearance of opposition political activists, in their numbers, we can name them from A to Z. Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa has been at the center of this. Just imagine what can he do at the helm. If you want to understand Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, look no further at the events of the 1st of August, that is in 2018, after he lost elections to Nelson Chamisa, and protesters were demanding the restoration of proper results by the notorious Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. What did Mnangagwa do? He sent the military in the streets of Zimbabwe to kill on a broad daylight, in front of international media, in front of visitors, to brutally kill his own people. People died, they were killed like birds, they were killed like animals in the streets of Zimbabwe. So if you don't understand this man, this is typically who Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa is. It's quite a shame to see these horrific, gruesome pictures of Nyokayemabhunu that are being circulated on social media, heavily tortured by Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, and his head is bandaged, which means these thugs, they don't choose where to actually hit this man. They are hitting him in the head, and that's why they have bandaged his head. They have made it a point. The pictures they are releasing, it is actually to intimidate. It is actually to Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa leads and thrives through fear. He wants to instill fear to the people of Zimbabwe. Understand that people are angry, people don't want him, they have never wanted him. By the way, he's not a product of the people, he's a product of the imposition of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces in 2017, which decided to bring back this most evil and notorious man. And what is happening to Nyokayemabhunu clearly reveals and depicts how callous and heartless Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa is to his own citizen. Why is he being tortured in such a manner? Because he chose to support retired General Chiwenga against Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa's 2030 term extension. And we know the plot. It's simple. They want him to confess so that he implicates Chiwenga. Mnangagwa don't have evidence that can directly implicate retired General Chiwenga. He has been trying numerous ways to implicate him so that he can actually get him arrested, and eventually, while in prison, it will be easier for him to actually deal with him. That is the whole process of all this. If you look at what he is doing, he is surrounding all the supporters of retired General Chiwenga, torturing them, forcing them to submission. Some of them are rebelling against retired General Chiwenga, as I'll be sharing on the next live broadcast. They were voluntarily supporting Chiwenga, whether they were planted to do so, but I think some of them, they have been forced into submission, imprisoned, hit very, very hard, tortured, and all things that I can see here. There are a lot of Barakashis who are flooding my channel thinking I'm intimidated by their comments. You should think twice. This is what is happening, and this channel stands for nothing but the truth. So Nyokayemabhunu is being punished at a known location by the regime of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. We hope he is well, but from the pictures that we are seeing being circulated on social media, things are not looking good at all. The man is heavily tortured by the regime of Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. He wants Zimbabweans to fear him. He wants Zimbabweans to submit to him. He wants Zimbabweans to stop actually fighting against his evil regime. The regime that is not people-centered, the not come through the will of the people. The regime that doesn't carry the democratic mandate of the people of Zimbabwe. This is how it behaves against the citizens of Zimbabwe. Someone says, show us the pictures. Look at the picture on the portrait. I put the picture on the portrait. I think if you what made you to watch this the video? There is a picture on the portrait. That is the picture of Nyokayemabhunu. The other side being actually tortured. And the other picture, I show that it's him because they have covered him with bandages and they have put mask on him. He is handcuffed, I suspect, but I don't see leg irons. I only see handcuffs. He is, you can tell the man is heavily tortured, and the man is also in pain at a secret location. That is typically what the regime of Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa does to dissenting voices. This person, I can tell you without doubt that he did not deserve to be the president of Zimbabwe. And people are paying for supporting this devil. You know, I said I'm one of the people long before Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa became the president that I was so critical about this person. I've even asked this question numerous times. What is it that Zimbabweans did not have to really choose? And if you look how these individuals have subjected the nation to, he's incompetent, he's embarrassing, his family is an embarrassment. Everything about this man is pathetic. I don't think there is anyone who can be proud really to say this is my president. Only people who are not mentally upright, they can do so. Only people who are desperate or people who are trying to survive under the current circumstances. But this should not deter the people of Zimbabwe to fight against this regime. It should show you this is, in fact, if there is anything, the reason why you do not deserve this kind of a president who does this to dissenting voices. If someone is opposed to him, what he uses is violence. And if Zimbabweans wants to peacefully protest, he characterized protest as a violent protest. This is typically who they are. And the people have no choice but to fight this regime. We just pray that Nyokayemabhunu would be strong. But I would not be surprised after this torture to hear him being recorded, coming out now, also acting like what the Traores, this group who have actually decided to dump the retired General Chiwenga faction are doing. By the way, in a war, this is what happens. In a war, this is what happens. The enemy will always try. Sometimes it plants the people, and sometimes it actually tortures the weak, subject them to actually surrender and to turn against those that they are supporting. But that should not stop the people to actually fight this regime? No. We know that they are strong people. In spite of torture, in spite of intimidation, they will remain standing firm in making sure that this regime, in fact, they see the back of this regime. As Blessed Keza said, that I want to see, he died saying, I want to see the back of Emerson Dambuzomna. And when he saw that his spirit was departing from his body, he said, even in his grave, he will make sure that he fights against Emerson Dambuzomnangako, because he understands one thing, that this man cannot even lead the dead, the dead, lifeless human beings are not even safe under the custodianship of Emerson Dambudzo. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Okancubo Mhlabane is signing out. Let me love and leave you. Let's meet on the other side of the live broadcast. Definitely.